Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Today I'm back in my AMX M449 platoon up with Hoops today. We're high tier on Westfield standard battle. We're starting in the north spawn. One of the problems with the north spawn on this for some reason is that people love to go down the zero line. And that's fine if you actually do something there, but a lot of guys will just camp in F0. They'll shoot at the two tanks that get spotted, and then essentially once the C3 hills are lost, they just sit there until the end of the game when they get surrounded and farmed. Alright, so we will proceed with the game. Not going to make you watch us drive up this hill. Let's fast forward. Got Hoops out in front of me. He's in his Object 252U. Scouts are making nice plays to get things spotted for us. There's no arty, so this will be a nice actual tank battle with no direct fire from artillery. So the scouts are like in a brawl, and they're kind of going more so on their side of the map. Which doesn't benefit our scouts at all. You can see we're down 2 tanks already. You don't really want to poke on that hill unless you have gun depression and turret armor. If you get tracked up there, you're going to die pretty quickly. Especially if the whole enemy team is lit on that ridge. The nice thing is they haven't pushed up at all. Like, there's a couple tanks here, but majority of them are still sitting back there, which is to our benefit. We can take good positions and then try to prevent them from coming up here. They only have 5 tanks, or we only have 5 tanks essentially up here. We got 2 floating next to the city, but really I think they're taking a position like we're going to lose the hill, so they need to be able to fall back. And then we have 3 dead, and the rest of our team is on the zero line. Now really, since we're short-handed, we need to wait for them to come over the ridges, and then when they poke out, we're going to get damage out on them. So Excalibur is what we call it. It's the 25-2 American Tier 7 tank destroyer. Not a long story behind there, but I won't get into it right now. But we call him Excalibur. So now I am poking this ridge, and that's because the Ferdinand is like way down there. I do want to try to get damage out before they all get up here. Hoops doesn't have gun depression in his Object 252U, so he really can't get away with poking the ridge at all unless he wants to get tracked up there and take damage. I do take some damage there, and that's gonna really make me want to limit what I'm actually doing here. He's trying to find a shot in Ferdy, and I try to shoot the ISM's track off, but I fail. I damage his track, didn't take it off. Ferdy takes a swing at me, misses. I tell Hoops that I got the ISM not to worry about him, and now I can see that ISU 152 back there. I'm looking down my barrel so I don't see the 3 heavies pull up on the side, and as soon as I zoom out, I can see that the 3 heavies are pushing. Now, they were out of my, like, I'm not going to shoot at a hull down T32, and honestly a Tiger 2 hull down is not an easy shot compared to an ISU 152, which is sitting in the wide open area. However, we've lost 2 of our tanks over here, so it's essentially just me and Hoops here, and we got to do some work. So Hoops is at 700 hit points, I'm at 1200. Hoops shuts that ISU 152 down, which is huge. And I'm just trying to look for a shot on this Ferdinand. We get shot in the side of the head. And then I shut down the T32. We actually double tapped him, so Hoops got a shot into him as well as I did. Hoops is down to 400, I'm down to 900. I get one more shot into that Ferdy right into his side plate. And then Hoops goes over, finishes him off. I get a shot into that Tiger 2. I hit his track. I'm not sure if I Yeah, I don't think I broke it. Our T-25-2 pilot that's still alive takes down Excalibur. Hoops is down to 72 hit points, so I let him know that I need to take the shots. Now they have a scout creeping in through D4, C4, and I let Hoops know that we're going to have a scout behind us. That's probably over, but we'll see what we can do. It is only a little bat chat, and he's going to try to take Hoops out because Hoops is a one-shot. However, the Object 252U is not an easy pen when you're coming in with inaccurate gun with low alpha damage. So he essentially got 1 out of his 4 shells. I'm trying to get my gun around on him, and I expected him to go across the ridge, but he turned left and dipped over it. Because I had to deal with that scout, Hoops ended up dying. So I get 1 more shot into this Tiger 2, and I can see the scout is slowly making his way around. The Batchat doesn't take long to load up his gun. Unfortunately, he's going to kill my T-25 pilot. And now I know he's got 2 shells in his barrel, and he can't kill me with that. So what I want to do is just try to push up and put some more pressure on these heavy tanks. And as I go to push on the Tiger 2, I see the lull, and my gun shoots right underneath him. So that was unfortunate. Now we just got these potatoes that have been sitting on the K0 line the whole game. We have a Rheinmetall Borsig, a Fatherland, and a Nomad. Nomad was coming across the bridge to try to help us. A little too late, buddy. I mean, it was even a close game. They could have worked their way over to the middle to try to help us out, but a lot of the people that go down the 0 line just don't want to get spotted or damaged, because if their tank blows up, they actually die in real life. It's sad. And so I just learned that. Somebody told me that's why they hide, because if their tank blows up, then they actually will die in real life. So I can't really blame them for that. I don't want them to die. I don't want to die. So I don't die when my tank blows up, so I'm not afraid to take damage. But this Rheinmetall Borsig shuts 2 of them down. Now we have a 1 tank advantage. However, this Borsig is getting destroyed. So he's going to aim on that low, get a nice 600 damage before he goes. And you can say that that was a decent contribution towards a victory if somehow these 2 scrubbies pull it out. Now it's up to this Fatherland. He gets rammed by the low. He's got an STG up his butt. So they make quick work of him, and now there was 1. But it is a Nomad, and he has full health. So if you guys don't know what the Nomad is, it's a heavy French tank. You can see he's not too fast because he gets a little bit more armor than like the 5100. He does only get 5 shots. But since the low is on low hit points, he shuts the low down, and now he's got 4 more shots, which he can clip this STG out. To me, I would just take the STG shot and then make sure I got all 4 of the shells going in him. But this guy wants to take his time, and the STG, rather than fighting him, turns his back and tries to run away. Alright. Well, you can see their STG did 0 damage. Our Nomad actually has 3 kills, so he might not be as scrubby as I think he is. He must have been the only one working down the 0 line, and the other 2 kind of just supported him. We'll find that out in Endgame stats. Alright, so the hunt is on. He's reloading. He's really just looking for this STG. There's 4.5 minutes left. Where could the STG be? Now, if this was a 5100, he probably would have hunted him down, found him by now. But since he gives up a little mobility for armor, he's not as fast as an STG, obviously, since the STG got away. Alright, since he didn't spot him here, he's going to sit up on the bridge. He's going to give everyone on his team a salute that's still watching, and then he's going to proceed down the bridge. Or he's just stretching, I'm not sure. STG gets spotted, first shot misses. He's looking for a shot, second shot misses, and third shot he shuts him down. And then he just puts the last 2 shots in to make sure that guy is dead. So just when Mustard Mav says that you can't win it from the 0 line, it can be done. You just need the right players on your team to be able to do enough at the end to take it down. Now once we look at endgame stats, you will notice that without me and Hoops, this probably would not be a victory. So I threw down 4,000 damage, blocked 2,300, got a Confederate medal, got my surplus urn, and then I got Who Wants Seconds too, which is 200,000, I believe. That's why I made so much. Actually, I'm not sure how much it is. It might be 100,000, and I made 120,000 in this game. Anyways, that's besides the point. So I took top dog with 4,000 damage. Hoops got second with almost 3k damage, and we each killed 2 tanks. And then this Nomad took third with 2,300 damage and 4 kills. So props to you, man. You pulled it down. You weren't as scrubby as I thought. This pilot that stayed back and just supported us got 4th with 1,500 damage and 3 kills. Probably couldn't have done it without him. And even though this hurts me to say it, this Remital Borsig, 2,400 damage with 2 kills, even though majority of that was in the end of the game, without that, I doubt our Nomad is able to pull that game down. So, Fatherland did 1,700 damage, and some of that was towards the end. So, I mean, you subtract out what he did in the end of the game, and he really didn't do much. You can just pretty much add him to the pile down here. But Remital Borsig, Pilot, Nomad, 252, and AMX M449 slayed the rest of these tanks over here. Good teamwork, good comms. I mean, we were in like a 2v6 there at one point. We kind of worked our way as much as we could. That's really all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.